Hi, Mr. Banks. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm
come on in. Come on in.
fine.
Have a seat.
Okay.
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Good to see
Okay.
you too.
How are you?
Tired.
You're tired, huh? Last time you was in here, last week, you were a little tired.
Yeah.
Has anything in regards to your situation changed? Because you told me last time you was tired from having to walk because you drove your tractor here.
Same
And then you
thing.
had to park it and walk. So nothing has improved in the way of your transportation.
No.
So you did the same thing. You drove the tractor and then you walked the rest of the way.
Yes, ma'am, because I want to make you proud. Because you told me to make sure I'm here on time.
And you did, you
Yeah.
did. I think you probably got here a few minutes early.
I did. And you see, I wore my nice shirt today. The nicest. It's not nice as everybody else's is around here, but.
It looks nice on you
Yeah.
too. That blue matches your eyes.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so last time you was here, we talked about your situation with your transportation. We also talked about you looking for some work because you weren't working. And I remember you telling me, in fact, let me get my notes because I remember the last time you was here, I told you that I was going to be taking notes because I didn't want to forget anything.
Yes.
And you told me about you was living in the trailer with your brother-in-law, correct?
Yes.
6 children and your wife.
Yep.
And then you had a new grandbaby. Okay, all right. So anything else? Anything else that have changed from what I just briefly talked about?
Only thing that has changed is probably my brother-in-law's attitude. He's quite ready for us to go.
Okay, okay.
He's ready for us to go. He offered to pay for my water to get cut back on, but I don't take handouts.
Okay.
I don't take handouts.
Now you say he's ready for you. Has he verbalized that, or is it just his demeanor, or is his actions showing that he's ready for you to go? Because sometimes we misinterpret things.
I overheard him and his wife talking last night,
Okay.
and that's my sister.
Okay.
So I have, sister-in-law, brother-in-law. We all family.
Okay.
I wouldn't think that she would let him talk like that, but it seemed as if she was getting pretty tired too, because she didn't defend me.
Okay.
Now they said, can't wait till all of those churn and the people go too. So, I knew who they were referring to.
Okay, I understand. That's because you did tell me that it was like 3 bedrooms and people kind of sleeping everywhere.
Yeah.
So it is probably getting a little overcrowded.
But I wouldn't do that to them now.
But I remembered you telling me about how you did want to get back to your place. Because
Yes, I
you
did.
made it a point that ain't nothing like your own. Right?
Nothing like your own.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Okay. All right. So in the way of what can we do to help you get back to your place? What kind of what are you lacking in? What areas do you think that we could help you in?
Well, I know last time we talked about training and stuff, and
Okay.
I don't have no education.
No education.
My back's been giving out on me. I gotta find some type of work. The kids sit around the house and they help me in the garden and stuff, but I don't have no education, no training. But what I do it well.
Okay, do you have a skill then? Because, sometimes we used to have this saying when I was growing up, jack of all trades, but master of none. Do you have a skill that we might can, get you something in the line of that?
Well, I work in my garden.
You work in your garden.
And I do fix things around the house. I can't do it too much because, I fell off the ladder last year and I misplaced a disc in my back. So one of my discs slipped in.
So you keep you mentioned a couple times about your back. Did you get a chance to get it looked at?
I don't have no insurance or, I'm not familiar with all the services that you all offer, but that was one thing that wife told me, she don't get out the house often, but she said something about coming down here, and I waited because I don't come and ask for help.
Okay.
I don't want nothing from nobody, and as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to pay this back.
Okay, we'll talk about that, but we provide a service here. It's a government-funded service, federal and state funded. So it's no payback. The services is here to assist those who might be in need due to circumstances. So there's no payback. So whatever we assist you with, that's just what it is. It's an assistance. It's not a, we're going to do this because you're going to pay us back.
Okay.
Okay. Now you said the wife brought up about, does she have any health problems? Because I noticed.
No, she just sits at home with the kids.
Okay. What about the children? Have they been to a doctor?
Oh man. We haven't been to town, and I can only fit people on my tractor. That's the only transportation we have.
Okay.
And we don't have insurance.
Okay.
So, with my money, all I was paying was the bills. So,
Okay.
nobody's been.
Well, Mr. Banks, looking at what we talked about last week and some of the areas that you need some assistance in, my agency can provide you with some of those. We have what's called Medicaid, and that's medical assistance that we can provide you with. We also, you talked about your bills. We have what's called energy assistance that can help you with your water or your electric bills. And we have a program that's called SNAP, and that's a supplemental. It took the place of a program that was called Food Stamp. So Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. So what this program does is provide you and your family with funds where you can buy food. Because you did say that you had a garden. So I know in a garden you're just growing your greens and your vegetables. So what this program does allows you to buy milk, bread, meats, and other things to give you a good nutritional diet. And then we also have TANF, and that's temporary assistance to needy families. And right now, based on your circumstances and what you're describing, your family I would venture to say you probably qualify for all of these programs and maybe some other ones that we have.
Now, I do need medicine for my back. I do get a couple of pills from my brother-in-law because he has a little sickness that he gives me pain pills for. Would I be able to get any type of pain pills?
Well,
just anything that's over the counter, nothing fancy, anything of that nature.
Well, Mr. Banks, I'm not a doctor, and I can't tell you what the doctor will give you, but I can, just based on experience, advise you that it's not healthy and it's not wise for you to take medication that's given from someone else.
Well, I don't want you to judge me now, because I don't have nothing.
Mr. Banks, no judgment on my part.
Okay.
Because I understand circumstances and situations, but just taking someone else's medication, since it's prescribed for that person, they might have health issues that you don't have. And you taking someone else's medicine might create an adverse reaction to you. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
Anything else going on that you might need to talk to me about? Anything, any other situations? Because you did mention about your son having a newborn or baby.
Well, the mother came by the other day.
Okay.
She told us, she tried to discuss a couple of things with us. First off, the whole situation started when she dropped him off on the porch.
Okay.
And my son told us it was a baby outside. And we went outside and he said that was his child.
Okay.
I love my grandbaby now.
Right.
I love her. Beautiful little thing. You should see her.
Oh, well,
I love her.
I would love to see her.
And so after she dropped him off, she told him she wasn't coming back to get him. So, for the past few months we have gotten attached to her, and the mother pops back up the other day, tells us when she feels as if she can visit, she wants to visit. But isn't it some type of laws against that? Isn't it something I can do? And we asked her, did she have any money or anything for the child, but she told us it was nothing that she could offer us. She said when she came through to see the child, that she would come through, and that was all she would say. Nothing about no food or anything, But we did mash up a couple of bananas, and give them to her. But, I don't know. It might be the reason for her crying. You got any suggestions?
Well, first let me ask you a question, Mr. Banks. How old is the baby?
Well, let's see. She been there when she got there, she was 3 weeks. Okay. So she been there since August. So, let's see, September, October, November. So she about 3 weeks and 3 months, 3 months and 3 weeks. So almost 4 months.
Okay, so you said that she didn't leave any money. So what has the baby been doing as far as nutrition?
Well, we had a little powder milk for her.
Okay.
So we were using that. Now, I never seen powder milk. Because, we fed, how back in the day how the women fed.
Yeah.
So we didn't use that. But guess it's some new thing they got going.
Okay.
So we used most of that. And what we did to stretch it, we tried to use the regular milk and, mix it in with it. And then we had a neighbor that lived a couple of miles down the road. She had a grandbaby down there, and she bought us a few milk up there.
Okay.
But it was a different color. See, the can they gave us for her, it was orange, but that can was pink. But she didn't like it at first. She got a bit fussy, but she went ahead on and ate it. And we tried to mash up a few bananas, and because back in our day we gave the babies a little taste of the food, so we tried to do that. But we've been making do with what works.
Okay. So, Mr. Banks, one of the other services that we have is a program that's called WIC, and that's for women, infant, and children. And it's for nursing mothers and children who are and infants, which your grandbaby is, and children who are under the age of 5.
And that mama of hers is not coming in my house.
No, I understand. We're not talking about the mother right now.
All right.
We're focusing on the baby. And you said you had 6 children.
Yes.
Is any of your children under the age of 5?
Oh, let's see, we got the newborn, I got my 2-year-old, 3-year-old, we got 3 that's under 5.
Okay, so therefore, they fall under the children portion of WIC.
Okay.
They will be eligible for supplemental, which would help them to get strong bones, strong teeth, and it covers bread, milk for the baby especially, and baby food, and some supplemental items. So all these services we can provide to you.
Okay.
The ones that we discussed. We discussed TANF to get you some emergency funds, SNAP to get you some food stamps, some energy assistance, and we got some other programs that I can look into as far as in regards to getting you some transportation. And another thing I wanted to talk to you about, because you said you had 2 older children, to talk to you about where they are in education, so we can try to look at getting them some job training also.
Well, I know one of the teachers came back around about June and told us she had a cap and gown, is that what you call it?
For graduation?
For one of the children.
Oh, awesome.
So one of them had came out already.
They graduated?
One of them, yeah.
Okay, all
and
right.
the other one came out this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we let those out, and both of them we went to the big ceremony.
Okay, good.
We went and watched them walk across, and they called their name, and
So once they did that, what are they doing right now?
Well, they helped me and their mother out. My girl, she's in the house. She helps out around the house.
Okay.
Does what her mother does.
Okay.
And my boy, he comes out to the fields with me, help me pick stuff. My girl's into knitting now.
Okay.
We picked some cotton out there in the field one day, picked a lot of it.
Okay.
And, we don't do that no more because
Oh,
was
no.
back in the day. But, I just wanted to show my boy what we had done. I took it in the house to my girl, and she knitted a fine sweater.
Oh, okay. So have they made any plans as far as going to back to school?
Well, I don't know. I haven't told anyone anything. I know we do have, what do you call it? That community college that's down the road from us. My son was talking about that, but he helps me out for the most part, so I don't know. And I told him just hold off, because we need help in the fields and stuff, and picking vegetables.
Okay. Right there. Okay. So, based on everything that we've talked about today, what other assistance can I provide you?
Well, I heard you say something about the vehicles. Do you provide, do you help with fixing my tractor? It's getting a little off track now, so, I want to make sure it's still moving around for me.
Yes, there are some programs that we have that can assist you also in getting your vehicle back up and running, because you're saying, not that that's technically a vehicle, but that is your means of transportation right now, and it's also helps you in your garden. So there are programs that we have in place.
Now, you know I don't have no license. Back in my days, when we were brought up, we didn't have to have a license. You know, we drove the tractor across the field and, you know, so I don't have a license. I'm thinking that maybe I can get through like I've been getting through. And I'm so old now, I don't really want to go take no test, so.
Well, Mr. Banks, if we're talking about you getting a job, which we're going to work toward, then we would have to also get you where you can drive a license, drive. Because one of the things is you can drive your tractor around your farm and no one's going to say anything to you about a license. But once you put a vehicle, because you're telling me you need transportation,
Yeah.
and that you need to get to a job. So that'll be one of the other areas that we can focus on, that we can get you some training in regards to you getting your driver's license. You know, we can go over the tests and we can learn the rules on the road. And that'll also be something, and when we talk later in our next meeting, on the things that we need to set up for you.
See, you smart, but I don't have that education that you have. You know, I stopped education at about 7th grade and went on about my business.
Well, Mr. Banks, how long have you been driving?
Oh, man, I've been driving since I was about 14 on the tractor.
Okay. And a red sign with the letters S-T-O-P on it means what?
I would say that means stop.
Okay. So you kind of, what I'm going with this is you kind of know the rules of the road, don't you?
In my own words, I know. But you know, if old Rusty, the cop that sit down there pull me, he ain't gonna be like that.
No, but I'm telling you, once we get your license, when you were saying you didn't have the education about
Okay.
the test, you know the rules of the road.
Okay.
So I will bet you could pass that driver's test probably today.
You think so?
I bet you could. But I know after we get you a little bit of training, get you the study guides, and get you the manuals for it, you'll be able to pass that test.
Well, I could try.
Well, yeah. And that'll be part of what we're going to set up for our next meeting. All the things that we're going to put in place for you and how you're going to achieve those. So we're going to come up with a plan on what you need to do and what the agency needs to do.
Okay.
Okay. So on next week, what does your schedule look like?
Let's see. Next week, my schedule is about. I don't know. I mean, nothing in particular, but I'm gonna go out to vote now.
You going to vote?
I'm gonna go vote.
And that's Tuesday.
I'm gonna go vote because you know we can't have Donald Trump in the chair. He'll take my trailer from up under me.
I understand.
Snatch everything from up under me.
And it's our right to vote, so
Yeah.
definitely exercise
You
your
gonna
right to
vote?
vote. I am.
Who
I
are you
am.
voting for?
Well, I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to vote for, but I can tell you who I'm not going to vote for.
Alright, well, you know, make sure now that
Do you have a way to the poll?
well, I don't know. I'm gonna try and drive my tractor. You gonna come and get me?
I can't. I can't. And
Well,
you
that
know
would
what?
be nice.
What we will do, I will come and get you, and we will also schedule our next meeting at the same time.
Okay, that's
Okay?
fine then.
So we're going to schedule our next meeting for Tuesday,
Okay,
the 8th of November.
okay.
At about what time would you be ready, Mrs. Banks?
Well, I get up pretty early. I like to get a start early. I don't like to be out in the late hours in the evening because the wife want me to come back because she want the garden, the vegetables fresh out the garden.
Okay, well, the polls open at 6, but I don't come in to work, and technically, unless it's an emergency, I can't come in to work before 9.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
Around 9:30 will be
Okay,
fine.
at 9:30, I will be at your front door, ready to pick you up, to take you to the poll. While we're driving there, we're going to discuss some of the elements of your case, and then we'll come on to the office and finish up our discussion.
And you're going to give me a ride back, right?
I'm going to give you a ride back.
Now, you're not going to be like this other social worker, right? And not come back and, you know, because she, oh.
No. And I'm sure if she didn't come back, she probably had a very good reason. She might have transferred from the agency. She might have moved out of state. I'm sure she didn't just not come back.
That's why I never ask for services. I can't see myself asking for too much.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Well, I'm glad we've reached an agreement on the things that we're going to talk about on our next meeting, which will be Tuesday, the 8th of November at 9:30.
All right.
Okay, I'll see you then. Okay? Thank you, Mr. Banks.
Thank
All
you.
right.